what's up, guys? This is Nick for the New England Weatherlife.ning.com with the Saturday morning weather update. Of course, we're talking about a much warmer pattern, which is on the way here, and that's good for a lot of folks. It's bad for snow lovers, unfortunately, but it's that time of year again. Basically, what's happening here is we've got the trough that's been over us for much of the winter, and it's normal for that. That's just been keeping us relatively chilly. Over the next couple of days, we're going to see that leave. We're going to see the floodgates just opening up for the warmer air, opening for the entire contiguous United States. Look at all that in the western and central United States. By the time we get to Sunday morning, it's basically coming over us, and by Monday, we're probably going to be talking about some highs that may climb into the 60s. Look at that. The entire contiguous U.S. is under that warmth. This is, by the way, the 500 millibar pattern. Now, in terms of how warm or cold the temps are actually going to get, I can show you the 500 millibar pattern from the NMM, and you can see, again, trough, a lot of warmth, and just essentially it's just going to be weakening as you go through time. By the time we get to again Sunday, it's all gone, and the warmth is basically here. And we do have a little disturbance out in the on the plains. That's going to be coming perhaps our Wednesday storm or next week entire storm as we go through time. But let's just get to what we have to do first. Let's just get to the weather in this in the order of things that'll happen. And the first few things that are going to happen is the warmth just continuing to come in. Look at that. By the time we get to Sunday, a lot of warmth. You gotta love it. So how warm will the temps actually get? Well, I can show you the 2 millimeter temps from the wharf, if I can find it. Here it is. And I can take you to later today. Let's go to actually the New England wide view. And here we go. So, what you notice here is that you've got basically a lot of warm air just streaming in a lot of spots. You've got it basically creeping up from the mid-Atlantic. Look at that. That's impressive. That means that the trough is out of here. The trough is completely, utterly out of here. And look at that warmth that's further to our south and east. That's going to be affecting us as we go through time. Look at all that. That is impressive. For some reason, I can't get the drawer to work right now, but anyway, that's alright. Let's keep going. And by the time we get to Sunday, what you notice here is, that's the precipitation plot. That's not what we want to show you. Where is the, there we go. By the time we get to Sunday, here's Sunday, it's going to be even warmer out there. Look at that. So basically, I think for today, we're not going to be incredibly warm. It's certainly going to be spring-like today. Today, highs will be 40 and 50 in a lot of spots, and I'm going to show you the 7-day forecast for Boston in a little bit and get into detail a little more further north. And look, I mean that's incredible how warm it is down there. We won't be saying it's incredible in a couple of months, but for now, let's just outline what's going on here. That's an entire area of 65 or 70 degree temps that you're getting down in a lot of spots through the south, for the southeast, for the deep south. By the time we get to Sunday, I can take you out to Monday, and that's the wrong map again, but by the time we get to Monday, if I keep messing up the map, I don't know why, I apologize. Here we go. By the time we get to Monday, more warm air is certainly going to be coming in. It could easily be the warmest of all the days. We're talking about some highs that could reach 60 in a lot of spots through Connecticut. I'm thinking 60 degrees, probably confined down to the mid-Atlantic, but you might see it creeping up through Connecticut, even Metro Boston maybe. Something we're certainly going to have to keep an eye on for that warm air coming in. Of course, it wouldn't be bad if it did. By the time we get to Tuesday, kind of a little reinforcing shot of cold air just for the early morning hours of Tuesday. But of course, much of our attention has gone to the storm coming up mid to late next week. And I've talked about it for several videos now, and it's still looking pretty good on the models. And especially the one in the late week. The one in the midweek, a lot more set in stone about it, but the one in the midweek is a little less exciting, but the one in the late week has potential to be really big for us. But anyway, 48-hour GFS showing you what's going on. We have the storm out through the Central Plains. comes into the Chicago for by the time we get to Tuesday, it basically essentially merges with a new storm developing out of the south. The new storm gets very strong by Tuesday night. By, let's see, Wednesday night, it's basically snowing over a lot of spots in western New England. By Thursday, that first disturbance is out, and by Friday, a big storm is developing in the mid-Atlantic. This would be absolutely huge storm. Essentially, what we're going to be looking at is yesterday, the GFS had it weaker, and the GFS had it missing New England. I'm not going to, get all crazy about the models and track them every run and get crazy, but today, look at that. Copious amounts of precipitation just shifting into New England. That's not good, and look at that. It re-strengthens, a new low pressure center develops, bombs and retrogrades. That's incredible. It's still pretty far out. It's about, I'd say 4 to 8 days out. So it's still, cognition at this point. But, I mean, based on this, I don't think we're going to be done with wintry precipitation at all. We've still got plenty of chances. Just looking at the models, just because we're heading into spring does not mean we're out of the storm pattern. And usually what happens here in New England is once we get out of the storm pattern, we're into the hurricane pattern. Alright, so see you guys later. It's Nick for the New England Weather Life.ning.com.